I live in the city of Grand Rapids. I live in the 3rd Ward. And I came as a 3rd Ward resident who is absolutely bone weary of all the bullshit that goes on as the 3rd Ward is managed and suppressed and oppressed. If it's not law enforcement, it's banking. If it's not banking, it's real estate. If it's not real estate, it's your bad school. If it's not your bad school, it's the front of the court. Black people live, it's like there's 2 cities. There's a city within a city. And we are disenfranchised as a people from the city of Grand Rapids. I know you guys all remember the 2018 Forbes report. This is 2015. 2018 Forbes report said this is the worst city, second to worst city. Sorry, Milwaukee scored a point lower on the Likert scale. This is the worst city for black people to live in America, and it's intentional, it's strategic, it's deliberate, it's systematic. I don't blame Chief Winstrom. He sat down in the chief seat. That's a white system seat. He's got to play his part. He can't go against the thin blue line. There's a veil between us and them. When those officers arrived on that scene, they don't come and say, we're here to protect and serve you, sir. We're an immediate threat. We didn't insert ourselves into anything. We live in Boston Square. I'm there 24/7. I was out and about doing my community work, serving my community. When we came upon 3 young men being held at gunpoint by 1 officer, we have every right to record. I own a media company. I'm a documentarian. Got a good 10 years of footage on the Grand Rapids Police Department and the whole entire city. And when we were in our first and primary position, we were not in any line of fire or anything like that. It was the 2nd officer who pulled up. He pointed his gun at us. He failed to establish a good perimeter. Every time they gave a command to move, we moved. And you'll see in the video that we possess, we have 6 minutes of video ourselves that will come from a different perspective. And all these things that the chief wrote an hour or so after the event, one of my earlier complaints as a citizen was criminal libel. He's writing lies an hour after the incident to control the narrative, to try to frame the narrative, to try to already, and why do I call it criminal libel? Because if it was just libel, business to business or something like that, but he's literally putting his thumb on the scales of justice so that every jury member that I might possibly get, they've already heard the chief say he was doing this and he was doing that. It's criminal libel. And now, at the press conference that we all heard it coming out of his mouth, I should add criminal slander as well, because my entire reputation, my reputation as a citizen in the United States of America has been tarnished by that man, by this department, by his officers, by their poor training. This whole thing went sideways on their end. It's absolutely ridiculous what the chief is talking about. And I'm not going to get into every single detail. Just know that I filed those 2 complaints here. Be filing a complaint with the Michigan Department of Civil Rights. I'll be filing a complaint with the United Nations. We have a human rights violation. So give me a little time to pull those forms up, but I'll be filing. We got to get outside the United States. We got to do this in an international court of justice, because from the top to the bottom, the whole thing is rotten. It smells like ass. And I'm sick of it. We've got 2 constitutions. A white man can carry open in the city of Grand Rapids or the state of Michigan. A black man can't open carry. Not until we get a stop and frisk. Okay, you know what? We run you through the system. But they don't stop and frisk all these guys in all these outlying communities. They're walking around with their open carry. They come down to Rosa Parks Circle in the 2016 election for the Trump cycle, when the kidnappings of the governor and all this stuff was going on. They were coming down. I learned, this is anecdotal, but I learned from a friend that they were running patrols at 3 a.m. in the Alger Heights neighborhood, citizen patrols walking around with their long guns. They don't get pulled over. Nobody's calling, hey, there's some guys with guns. So I'm gonna stand up as a citizen of the United States, and I'm gonna demand my constitutional rights from Chief Winstrom, from Mark Washington, from every one of my city commissioners, from all my county commissioners, from my state representatives, from my state senators, and I want my United States representatives, I want my U.S. senators to stand behind me and say, our citizens will not be treated like this any longer.